ever read a negative review for a book that was like, the adaptation is so much better, I regret reading this? What? And it's like, it was so jarring to me because the general discourse around book to movie adaptations, or in this case, book to show adaptations, is wow, that adaptation sucked. The book was so much better. Like, what the? And this was just the reverse. Like, so perfectly the reverse. And I was like, wow. But also, no. Okay, listen, I do prefer the book. And I'm not actually generally as much of an adaptation hater as a lot of other people. Like it's hard adapting things, and so I kind of look at them a little more, not favorably, but a little more with a little more grace than I think other people. Like I give them a bit of grace. Like I get it. It's hard. And I'll get into that more at some point, I'm sure. But the Magicians adaptation specifically, right? They are just they're not comparable. They are completely different. For one thing, this show is more like an ensemble cast, and the book is about Quentin. It's just Quentin. A lot of the characters barely show up. Like, oh gosh, like Penny in the book is like he's barely in like the first book, and then he pops up again, I think, in like the second book, and then like that's it for Penny. And it's just like, okay. And then Alice dies in the books, and she doesn't turn up again for like a whole book. And it's kind of like, it's one of those things where you're just kind of looking at it being like, okay, so the Magician's book is about Quentin, whereas the Magician show is about all of these characters. And some of the decisions I like I think that pulling Julia's story forward so that it's in line timeline wise with Quentin, I thought that was actually a really good decision. But it's kind of one of those things where it's kind of like the show is ensemble, the book is about like a character going through that story, and so it's kind of hard because they've got the same premise, but the way that they've gone about it is so vastly different that you kind of can't compare them. And it's like I like the show. I love the show even. Maybe less so the later seasons, because why is Quentin not in his own show anyway? And I adore the books, and I think I prefer the books a little bit more than the show, maybe a lot more, but it's not the show's fault, and the show is still really good, and I still really enjoy it, and they nail a lot of stuff. And so I'm just sort of sitting there looking at this comment like, wow. With you, wow. It's so weird, so weird. But yeah, adaptations are really tricky, and the Magician's books are really good. I don't people don't like them. It's so frustrating.